Hello, and what's up, and welcome to this week's edition of the Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers Broadcast Network. My name is Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double, and I am your host for this day, along with these two lovely gentlemen you see to what would be your right and my left. This starting with the one man that, well, me and him go all the way back to the beginning of all this shit. And his name is The Saint, aka The Point Man. Y'all know, also may know him as Agent K28, host of Now versus Then.
What's good? What's good?
What's up, brother? What's up? And we are also joined by the host of The Night Shift. Don't mind the red in his eyes. That's not weed. That's just lack of sleep. It's the one and only Dave Brunscrier. What's up, my brother? You're muted, sir. Dave, we can't hear you. Try it now. You had a mic. There you go.
Okay, damn, bro. Like, what the fuck?
There we go. Okay, yes, but I am coming from.
That was Dave's impression of a mine. There you go.
I'm coming from the lovely living room of the fantastic Chateau du Pacific Northwest. Since my main computer is on the fritz again with the graphics card.
Boo.
So, yeah. So, but good news, I got my laptop back up and running and updated and everything in preparation. So,
awesome.
Here we are.
So make you feel any better? Same thing happened to me last night with KD5P. For some odd reason, my DJ program would not connect to the actual station. So I didn't get to air KD5P last night. It will air next week after I fix the problem. All right. So welcome, y'all. It always is a problem. Well, the problem was gone for like a month. I was able to do a month straight shows, and then it came back.
Yeah.
All right.
I know the feeling.
And then you can go ahead.
It's what happened with me last time. 1 month ago.
All right, what y'all just saw flash across your screen there was just an address for our Facebook fan page for Cheap Pop Podcast. You can also look us up under First GenXers and look to join the group and join the conversation.
Please do.
All right.
Okay.
All right, here we go, guys. We kick it off with talk of war. God of War, that is.
Yeah.
As the God of War live-action TV show finds its Kratos and Ragnarok alum Ryan Hurst. Now,
not just Ragnarok alum, Sons of Anarchy alum.
Okay.
Because
now I have to ask this because you may know since you know that much. Are we talking Ragnarok like the Nordic myth inspired show on Netflix?
Yes.
Or are we talking Ragnarok like Thor Ragnarok?
No. We're talking about the Netflix show.
Okay.
And but Ryan Hurst will be Kratos.
Yes.
Yes. And Ryan Hurst, you probably will remember him. He played lead character Jax's best friend Opie in Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
So
he's definitely got the size and the build and the voice for it. There is some pushback among fans. Yeah, there we go. There is pushback among fans that it should be Christopher Judge, aka Teal'c from Stargate. But as I pointed out, yeah.
Christopher Judge, but then isn't Christopher Judge like in his in his 60s or 70s or something like that?
Something like that. But he's still got the presence, he's still got the voice. But the ethics in video game journalism crowd would never accept Teal'c playing Kratos.
Of course.
Let's just put it like that. Okay. But yeah, fantastic choice. They apparently are going to skip over the Greek portion of the God of War series and start directly off with Valhalla. I know.
It's kind of weird, but all right.
It's kind of
No.
Yeah,
no.
that's kind of giving me some weird vibes as well.
That's no. Hell to the no. No, I'm sorry.
Let us know.
No, look. I have played all of the God of War games, okay? All of them. And it has to start off with the Greek, with the Greek gods, them dusting them off,
You are not wrong. You are not wrong in this.
Zeus got his ass handed to him in the game. Like, I want to see that on screen. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
And then you want to go straight to the north? No.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I am.
No.
You know me. I am
absolutely not.
I am a proud Viking, but I agree with you on this. But the reality is that they're doing this because, one, Valhalla has been the most recent entry. It's what's in the public mind as most.
Yeah.
Okay. Two, getting back to my original point about Christopher Judge, if they started with the Greek storyline, then there really would be no reason to not have a black man play Kratos.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I agree with you. It's giving me a little bit of Hinky vibes myself.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to see Kratos kicking Aesir and Vanir ass instead of Greek pantheon ass.
That's kind of like Nicolas Cage playing Spider-Noir, Spider-Noir, but like it sounds like a good idea on paper, but then
yes,
are you really sure?
Like,
kind of like the Superman deal. It was good on paper, but it just didn't work.
It sounds like catering to the least common denominator, shall we say?
Yes, which is done a lot when money is involved.
Yep.
100%. But I was gonna say, like I said when you were saying it, I was gonna bring up the point that like God of War originally came out when, like late 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
no, early 2000s.
It's fresh and we remember it, but the people who the movie will be targeting are probably more in tune with
the general
Valhalla.
public. Yeah,
right. As far as the general public
they know.
goes.
Okay,
right.
And you remember?
I mean, they do have the now they do have the weapons from the first three. So I would be if they bring that, then if they have to, if they make reference, they make the reference to the original weapons, because come on, we got to get some. I mean, we got to get some kind of fan service from the original. Three.
You remember everyone losing their shit over Assassin's Creed? God of War Odyssey. No, was it Assassin's Creed Odyssey or?
No, it was Assassin's Creed Unity.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the one where you could play either the guy or the girl.
Oh, you talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Okay,
the Shadows.
One of those two. But you know, God of War Valhalla, that kind of reset the God of War storyline in a certain ways, as I understand. I mean, like I said, I'm familiar with God of War storyline and plotline, not so much the actual game itself.
Okay, and I would be one of those. I'm not gonna sit up here like fanboys or something like that, but it's like when you get these games adapted, when you get these games adapted into movies or what have you, you gotta have some kind of look at, or pay some kind of homage to, to the beginning. That's kind of like, the entire Infinity Saga was fan service for this generation.
Yeah, 100% agree on that.
Yeah.
And it's the reality of Hollywood, unfortunately. It's like the same reason why we're never going to get in the Star Wars universe a live action Agent Callus played by the original actor.
Yeah.
Because again, you have a white character performed impeccably by a black actor.
Now I got a question. How does everybody feel about Kathleen Kennedy stepping away from Lucasfilm?
Long overdue, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know much about the situation, so I don't know.
Kathleen Kennedy went in with Lucasfilm, and it's the internet meme. Step 1, make more Star Wars films. Step 2, Step 3, profit. That was her entire plan for Star Wars and Indiana Jones, literally. It's why everything was just not planned out, so disjointed, and Dave Filoni has been the only constant creative force. His has been the only constant creative vision for Star Wars in the Disney era.
Wow.
Okay. That's all I needed. You can go ahead and continue, sir.
All right, so we will move. We will end that subject on that beautiful note, and we will move over to our next hot topic for the day, which is a big rumor that Le Marvel, since we were just talking about them, is moving forward with an Xforce movie for post-Avengers Secret Wars MCU. This is said to be in not necessarily intentionally competition, but in competition with Ryan Reynolds producing an Xforce kind of inspired movie or putting together something that, because they said, I guess Marvel has already turned down all of his ideas for Deadpool 3. Kevin Feige has already shut them all down. And And so I'll be honest with you. Xforce was one of my. I grew up. I learned to love the X-Men, and then I learned to love almost everything that was a spawn off of the X-Men. X-Force to X-Man to all the side comic books.
X Factor, come
X
on,
Factor, yeah.
the original 5 back in action again.
So like
X-Force to me was, I don't know, because it was Rob Liefeld.
It was Rob Liefeld, and it was the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong. Deadpool and Shatterstar was probably one of the best things that came off of that whole X-Force thing. But nah.
Yeah.
X-Force.
I want to deal with, one film, one project at a time. So, I'm cautiously optimistic about X-Force. We'll see how it does. It's not my favorite X-Men book.
No, not even close.
Okay. And they don't have the legacy yet to do X Factor with the original 5.
Right.
They don't
They
have
haven't
that
established the original 5 yet.
Right. So it all depends on what we're going to see with Doomsday.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Doomsday, the hot new meme trend is taking non-Marvel superhero characters, like comedic ones, and saying we'll return in Avengers Doomsday. Like Wallace and Gromit will return in Avengers Doomsday. Danger Mouse will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Danger Mouse.
Oh my goodness.
That was my dude, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hong Kong Fooey will return in Avengers Doomsday.
There's a Hong Kong Fooey, yeah. Anything you can name that's a pop culture reference will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Real quick random question to anybody watching, or to you two gentlemen as well. What was the name of the Saturday morning cartoon that always had the gigantic race with like Dick Dastardly and fucking Grape Ape and fucking
Laugh Olympics.
No.
Are you talking about the
wrongs? Is Wacky Racers.
Was it? Yes. That's what every week they were
Wacky Racers. Laugh Olympics grew out of Wacky Racers. But Wacky Racers is the correct answer. And French car company Renault did a advertising campaign centered around Wacky Racers.
Nice. That I did not know.
Look it up on YouTube. Renault Wacky Racers. And it is hilarious. They even got the Anthill Mob in live action.
And I just remember that dog and that dog's laugh.
Yeah.
Like,
wasn't Muttley? Yeah, because Dick Dastardly and Muttley came from Yankee Doodle Pigeon.
Okay.
Yeah,
which was
the machines with the all the incredible crazy ass planes that.
Yep. That was Dick Dastardly and Muttley.
Yeah.
In there.
We're old.
Yes, we are.
Anyway, yes, we are, but proudly. You know what? One thing I'll touch on before we move on to pop culture corner is that I'm, y'all have passed the threshold of 50. I'm a couple years away from that.
Yep.
But I look back and I go, this must have been how people who were turning 50 in the 80s kind of felt. Because you think about it, we lived through a time that was like where none of this that we're doing right now was possible. Unless we owned a TV studio and could go into the same studio and go and broadcast live off a big ass antenna.
Yep.
None of what we're doing right now is possible. We watched the advent of all of these things happen. The same thing with people who were turning 50 in the 80s. Like you lived through the 30s, the 40s, the advent of color television, the advent of, you know what I'm saying?
I understand why my parents always had me program the VCR and why they were completely incapable of it. And yet for me, it's like, okay, 1 minute, I'm done.
Oh, my daughter at 2 was fully and completely using a tablet. Like, okay, I want to go into this app. I want to watch this. I got to hit the little picture, and then I press play. Like 2, 3 years old. Yeah. Real quick side story before we go. And an ex-girlfriend of mine, a recent ex-girlfriend of mine, her son, when he was 3 years old, I went over to her house to visit her, and I handed her son my little flip phone, thinking there wasn't much he could do to maybe make a couple phone calls. He handed it back to me, and my entire display is now in Spanish. And I have no clue how he did it. It took me 2 days of twiddling around in the settings and all that to finally find and flip all of my instructions and stuff back to English.
Yep.
Like, you little bastard. But anyway, couldn't get too mad at him. He's only 3 years old. All right. So we'll drop that right there and go into the first segment of the show, as always. Pop Culture Corner. All right, well, we talk all things pop culture. And of course, the hottest thing in pop culture right now is going to be talked about by these two gentlemen. And that is the latest episode of Fallout Season 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a little, listen.
Yeah. Since you weren't here last week, how do you feel about Lucy on drugs?
It was kind of funny.
That was hilarious.
It was really funny.
Yeah, she's roid raging and she likes it.
Yeah, when that whole sequence when she was killing motherfuckers. Yeah,
she looks at the gun like,
oh, wait a minute. Oh,
yeah,
what the hell?
Your camera. Okay. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that was great. And not to mention the death claws. And we got more death claws opening up this episode. They had like 5 death claws, I think I counted total.
Yeah, that was a little creepy.
That was and apparently that's all puppetry. They got 5 puppeteers for the death claw model.
Right.
So yeah.
And I listen. I was looking at them like this, like that. Next thing you know, like, okay, they're totally fucked. And I was like, wait a minute, that's scenes of Fallout 3.
Yeah, they are focusing on Fallout 3 mostly. But it's Fallout 3, and New Vegas 10 years after the events of Fallout 4. That's where it falls on the timeline.
Okay.
So it's kind of it's kind of New Vegas later on. But,
okay.
Yeah. But I have to admit, I'm kind of feeling a little bit iffy about Fallout right now in the direction that they're taking the storyline, because we're getting into the Star Wars problem, where the entire universe hinges upon this one particular family and their relationships with others.
The Star Wars problem.
Yes. I mean, you get what I'm saying, though.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, good news is that we find out that Cooper's family, Barb and his daughter, are indeed alive in cryogenic storage
Yeah.
under the control of Lucy's dad and Mr. House.
Yeah.
But I did like the quick reintroduction of the snake oil salesman character before he gets conked on the head. And did you notice that the robot that introduces itself when it says out its entire name, the initials actually spell out Fisto?
Really?
Yeah, because you remember that bit in New Vegas where it's
Right.
like, I am programmed for your pleasure. Assume the position.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I love the job that they did with reintroducing the snake oil salesman, only to completely give him a makeover the next time you see him later on, and he's doing the bargaining for Cooper to betray Lucy.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward to where this is actually
yeah,
leading up to.
hmm
Especially they just, I think they're about to release the 10th anniversary of Fallout 3.
I believe
So
so. Yeah, yeah. So, but and then also, um, uh, the FEV has entered the chat. The forced evolutionary virus that created the super mutants and
yeah.
all the nasty stuff. Yeah, that's entered the chat in a very sneaky way,
Okay.
because that was the title of, all those cryogenic storage um, middlemen, buds that were going to be upper management for Vault
Yeah.
in the future. Yeah, that was the name of the program that it was stored under on Barb's computer. Uh, Future and entrepreneurial vision, and there wasn't a file named that Norm was trying to access. Lucy's brother, who's now in charge of all the middle manager of Vaulties. But there was an associated file called FEV.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
remember. I slightly remember some of
y-
the other stuff that
yeah,
was.
and I had to go on to Nukipedia to catch up on some of the stuff. And Vaults 32 and 33 were basically a the purpose of them was to have a stabilized breeding pool for the middle managers of the future.
It's a stabilized breeding pool.
That is literally the purpose of Vaults 32 and 33. And Vault
Uh,
31 was going to provide the Ubermensch upper management
That's
to
got to
guide
suck.
humanity. Yeah, you know, it's not a vault if there's not something horrific going on. And folks who watched my last two live plays of Fallout 76, yeah,
Yeah, man.
there was
You
there
boy,
was
man.
some horrific shit going on.
Listen, you got
uh,
issues, man. You really clearly have issues playing that game, dude. Like I
It's
look at
just it's
I
it's
look at
just
some of those.
yeah.
I look at some of those playbacks, and I'm like, geez, man, is he like really trying to do the TV show? Like, what the fuck?
I'm just following the various quest lines. And by the way, I got the really awesome power armor finally for completing the Brotherhood of Steel storyline. But yeah, I mean, you got this guy that you gets introduced way early when you're signing up with the Brotherhood of Steel, and then you find out he's getting a mercenary company to kidnap innocent people so that he can experiment on to perfect the FEV, the forced evolutionary virus.
See, Kevin, you man, listen, you need to really jump up on on the Fallout.
I'll get
Yeah.
there. I'll get there. It's on my list.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like this is dystopia. This is a warning. This is not cool, okay? This is what some people think the future should be like. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I know. Like I said, it's one of those ones that, yeah. And I've mentioned this on the show before about my thing about when things are super popular and everybody's talking about them. I kind of get pushed away from them. So I will.
But then you get like me, and I've got I've got to rewatch the entire Arrowverse to get to Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I know. I can just start with Crisis episode 1 and I'm good. I know. It's not that it's bad. It's just that that's a lot of watching just to get to Crisis.
I'm a completionist. I admit it. I have to explore every single corner of the map.
I feel you.
He did, right, and guys. He did that with Star. He did that with Starfield.
Yep.
Yep.
Mostly. All right. I haven't even gotten the 1,000 planets explored achievement yet.
Wow, that's insane. Like those type of achievements on games like Starfield, like No Man's Sky, like stuff like that, where they're like visit like 1,000 planets. You have 1,000 different planets in this game?
Yep.
Holy shit! And Steve was telling me about making universes. People can make universes and make planets, and I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's a little bit different than that, but let's move on. I can Bethesda explain all day.
All right. So, for those of you who are old enough to remember, I know these two are. I am too. You should be happy to know that the Greatest American Hero reboot gets a release date in a first look image. And no, it's not a live action remake of the Greatest American Hero. It is.
But everyone of our age is now singing that theme song in their head. Believe it or not, I'm walking on it. I never thought I'd feel so free.
I used to get so happy when I heard that song.
I'm not even on front. I used to listen. I used to watch it.
Could it be?
Believe it or not, it's just me. Yes.
You guys, okay.
The apex of yacht rock.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your day jobs, gentlemen. Keep your day jobs.
Man. Don't worry. I'm going down to open mic night. It's all good.
Yeah.
So
yes, the Greatest American Hero is getting this year for Free Comic Book Day is getting a free comic book from that's not IDW AMP.
Yeah,
it's a one-off. But
Yep.
I'll have to get it.
Okay, and there are the current.
No, it says it's a new series.
No. Well, I guess it is a new series. It's not just
a new series written by Don Hanfield and illustrated by artist Alper Gassel.
With also with the involvement of Ralph Hinckley himself, William Catt. Yep.
So
he's kind of acting as an editor on this, but it's going to continue the story where the suit gets passed on to Ralph, and I can't remember Connie Selica's character's name. His girlfriend, who becomes his wife, but it gets passed on to Ralph's now adult daughter.
Okay. And that's what the comic is going to be about?
That is apparently, it's going to tie in with the long developmental hell Greatest American Heroine reboot, where they've tried that a couple times. Like immediately after the series, Ralph was going to pass the suit on to a fellow teacher who was female. That fell through, and they've kind of resurrected that plan every decade or so going forward.
Every decade or so.
Literally, yeah. There's been like four pilot pitches for Greatest American Heroine that get passed up. So yeah. So we'll see what comes.
Keep testing the water until you see. Okay, is society ready for it? No. Is society ready for it? No. Is society ready for it? No. Is society ready for it? Maybe.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll look forward to that. I might actually. It's a free comic book, so I might go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, what you got to lose? Nothing.
Maybe 30 minutes of your time. But
30 minutes of
I
your
went,
time.
I went and saw The Grudge in the theater, so that was 2.5 hours of my time wasted. So, like, honest to God, walked up to the manager of the movie theater and asked for my money back.
Hey, I saw.
You didn't do your
uh,
movie review.
I got to see Suicide Squad on opening weekend for free.
Nice.
The original one, not James Gunn's, the David Ayers one.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's impressive. I just know that we went and saw it, and I wasn't scared. I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to horror movies. I truly am.
Yeah.
So when I wasn't scared of your movie, it didn't make me jump once. I spent more time laughing than ducking. I want my money back.
I am right there with you on Blair Witch Project.
Really?
Zero scares. And I watched it alone in my house, or not even in my house. Kev remembers the game room that was attached to my family house.
Yeah.
In the backyard.
Okay.
I was in that place alone watching it at night during a thunderstorm.
Okay, I asked this question. I will ask this question.
You doing?
Were you aware that it wasn't actual footage before you saw the movie?
In a sense, but that was not the problem.
Well, no, because I know that would take a little bit of the fear out of it, but like in the moment of watching that shit, it sent chills down my spine.
I can understand that, but my problem was with the basic element of horror, which is the horror of being lost in the woods, in territory you are not familiar with. Okay. My first camping trip as a Boy Scout, I got lost away from camp. And it ain't a big deal. It ain't as big of a deal as those three morons were making it out to be and panicking. Okay. I just paused, took stock of where I was, looked around, and I found a landmark to guide me back. Okay. All they had to fucking do was follow the fucking river.
True. The river.
You're going to get to civilization eventually. Maybe not the civilization you want to go to, but at least where you can get a phone to call an Uber. Okay?
Yeah. Like,
but these three morons just like, oh my God, we're lost in the woods. What are we going to do? Ah! So
hey, man, like, Blair Witch was out there. People up, man.
These three are just too stupid to live. Okay, I'm just saying that right now.
Well, luckily none of them did. Anyway, actually, what was funny is that if you think that one was bad, you should have watched the sequel with Jeffrey Donovan. He was about the only good thing in it. I'll say that. Like I was a fan of Jeffrey Donovan from Burn Notice already before I saw that movie, but yeah. Anyway, so on to the next.
That's another tangent down.
There you go. On to the next subject as we come back to what we have been to so many times, as now Paramount is suing Warner Brothers over the Netflix deal.
Why?
Because
they tried a hostile takeover and it failed.
But you want
I'm just being an asshole and being like, why?
Okay, and the real answer, someone told a billionaire no.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is literally the truth. Okay.
Yep.
So now, said billionaire David Ellison and his dad Larry Ellison are putting out the creepy stalker rapist vibes. They don't take no for an answer. They're just going to keep pushing themselves like, no, you want this. This is what you want. We're going to get this done, whether you want it or not.
Yeah. Like, it's insane to me. Just let it go. Like I said, let the Netflix deal go through. And
right.
as I've already discussed, I swear to God, I read in that article that we shared for the first when we first talked about the Netflix deal, that it says Netflix does not want the news stations like CNN and all that Warner Brothers own. Netflix only wants the movie and streaming part of it.
Yeah, just Paramount can wait until they. Right, but no, because these spoiled men of privilege want everything, and they hate being told no. And if you take a look at the way business is set up now, especially corporations, there is now what's called a fiduciary duty to maximize shareholders' investment. In other words, Netflix can't say no to the dump truck of money that Paramount is offering, because they're offering more money than or Warner Brothers can't say no to this, because Netflix is pushing more money that will make the shareholders more money of
put
Warner
down
Brothers.
the candy and let the little boy go. Like
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem, is that corporations are now legally bound to do what is financially best for their shareholders. Not what's best for the long-term survival of the company.
Right.
What's best and makes the most money for their shareholders. They are legally bound to do that now.
That's insane. All right. So Netflix, Paramount, have fun with that. I don't see this lawsuit going very far either. Just Netflix.
Well, it depends on how high up it gets, but
true.
We'll see.
All right. This next one is a little bit more lighthearted, as Lego's first Pokemon sets have arrived.
Yes.
And evidently, I don't know why other people didn't expect this, but I would have expected this from them. But they are extremely expensive. Let's see.
I mean, we've basically got a solo. It's 3 sets that they're releasing. One is a solo Pikachu, large scale.
Right.
One is a solo Eevee. And the final set, which is the most expensive one, is the original 3 starters. Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. All together in one display set. Charizard. Sorry, the final evolution. Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. So their final evolved forms all on one display. That's costing what, 600 was the list price for that set?
650 for that one. For the Pikachu is 200, and for an Eevee standalone is 60.
Yeah,
that's
it's crazy, but understandable. Yeah. Hello, Chris Rock. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. Okay, and considering that, like, we got the current sets of the Millennium Falcon and the Death Star going for 1,000 market retail right now.
Good Lord, hold on. We'll give it a little image here of what these things look like. This is the one.
I could make a political joke about why the Legos are getting so expensive, but we ain't going to go there.
All right,
we shouldn't.
Yeah.
So you got the Charizard, the Charizard. What's this one called?
Okay, from the top. Top is Charizard. Clockwise is Blastoise, and then is Bulbasaur. So fire, water, grass.
There you go. They look pretty good. Like I said, I wouldn't mind building something like that with my kid, and and doing that. But $650.
Yeah,
it's the same thing I said the first time I saw the price on one of those Millennium Falcon fucking Lego sets, and I was like, no, I'm good. And I don't need to build Legos that bad.
Also, apparently the Pikachu standalone comes with the parts to make the tail different, whether it's a male or female Pikachu. If it's a male Pikachu, then it's just like the lightning bolt tail. If it's the female Pikachu, then the top of the lightning bolt at the end, it's in a heart shape rather than a slant.
See, I didn't know that. My daughter had just started making me. Now here's what's funny. I told you I have an avoidance of things popular. I had seen maybe 15 episodes of Pokemon in my life. When my daughters had me watching a little bit a while ago. We were watching the first season in order again, and I was like, oh, okay, this show this is pretty good. I liked it. I liked it.
Yep. I'm the same way. I never got into Pokemon until my nephew did. My first Pokemon was 3DS, Pokemon XY, which was a couple generations ago.
My kids.
Yep.
Pokemon and Digimon.
Because you want to connect with the kids.
Well, and also we come from a generation that our teenage years through our early 20s were filled with card games like Magic, and Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. So we grew up. So when our kids start focusing on games that are card games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that, and they're based off of anime, which kind of anime blew up during our, into the popular culture of America during our, heyday of, like I said, late teen years to early 20s. So it's like it is a way to connect with the kids. Exactly. Because it's them growing up and doing something that it's like kind of like our parents watching us ride bikes. That was kind of like a passage of rite of passage when they were young.
I mean, if my nephew was like 10 now, I'd be all into Minecraft because that's what he would be doing. Or, God help us all, Roblox.
Tech Tinkers tried to get me into Fortnite when it was a thing, and I was just like, I can't.
Yeah. Well, Fortnite's still a thing. Fortnite's still a thing. They're going on with more skins and everything and more tie-ins, and it's like, it's just not my thing. So
keep the people occupied with killing each other online, so that way they don't begin to kill each other offline.
Thank you.
All right. So the next one is a fan service or a fan-made trailer that was released showing the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four, and it's the one that Dave was just talking about.
Yep.
Where it's like it shows some stuff and it shows that so and so and so and so will return in.
That's actually the. Oh no, that's the fake. Is that the fake
that's
trailer?
the fake one. This is the fake trailer.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty well done.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I apparently. I mean, I was checking in the Marvel, and this is looking the one on the official MCU channel. What's the channel source on that?
On this one, it's Teaser Universe.
Okay, yeah, Teaser Universe is probably going to be an AI generated.
Like I said,
fan made.
It says right here. It says concept version. It doesn't claim to be the trailer. Like it lets you know from the beginning, like this is fan made. This is not.
Okay, I thought that was. If it's the one that I shared with you, I thought that see, there isn't. Oh, that's a concept version also. There is an actual MCU official trailer with Fantastic Four.
Here's the one that's on IGN. This says it's actually official Black Panther and Fantastic Four teaser trailer.
Yeah, and I think the difference is that we're going to see is the difference is going to be Namor.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, Namor going back. Yeah. Namor's going back to his '90s phase with the black swimsuit rather than the green tighties.
My boy M'Baku.
Yeah. M'Baku and the Thing together. Oh man, that's going
to be great.
that's the cop duo I never knew I needed.
There you go.
Agreed.
All right. So that
Yep.
was amazing.
Yeah.
The fan one the fan AI generated one or whatever, that one looked pretty good too, but
Yeah. I think that what happened was it's just sort of clips and AI combined together to, I'm sure that there's a little bit of leaked footage in there as well. So, or what could have been? It could have been actually a leaked version of the concept trailer that was not the final product.
Gotcha.
Kind of like how, remember back when the Deadpool trailer got leaked by a certain someone?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so this could have been, Marvel low-key sending a balloon up to see how it flies before they officially released it.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. So,
and
sorry,
sorry, I was.
Now. Yeah, he's muting because of his background. He said.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. All right.
So, I remember you told us.
Yeah,
gentlemen, it seems like the Mr. Miracle showrunner Tom King confirms animated series has cast the DCU's Darkseid. It's considered people are thinking that the actor could play that in the DCU because James Gunn did mention that the people who voice the actors in the animated series will be preferably used as the actors that played them in the live action. So,
okay.
But I'm not reading any name as to who will be playing in the article, who will be playing Darkseid.
Okay. But, okay, so here is the thing. If we are continuing with the voice actor being the live action actor, in the DCU, first of all, the most iconic Darkseid, the one from the DC animated universe, from the Bruce Timm Paul Dini animated series, from Batman animated series on, that was Michael Ironside. So he's no longer available, sadly.
Right.
If we're talking about Darkseid from Harley Quinn now, that's Keith David.
He can still do that. Oh no, didn't he pass away?
Keith David? No.
What? Excuse me?
No, he just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad, gentlemen.
Like what? 40 years after he was laying the smackdown on Roddy Piper.
Remember?
They live,
yeah.
Yeah. No, man, he's still going strong.
Yeah. Voice fucking Mr. He voiced Mr. From the Justice what was that? The JSA Stargirl?
Yeah. Oh,
he did. He voiced Mr. Bones.
Yeah, Mr. Bones. And he's also an accomplished musician too.
Yeah.
Low key, he is a good musician. It's just that he's just got that iconic deep voice when you want uber masculinity in any character, be they good or evil. So,
all right.
Yep. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm more interested in the fact that if they are going with Clayface for the Clayface movie, that means that Alan Tudyk is going to be Clayface in the live action movie. Because, not only was he voicing Clayface in Harley Quinn, he was the voice of Clayface in Creature Commandos. And you want to talk about night and day difference in the same performer in the same character role. Watch Harley Quinn, see his performance in Clayface, and then go watch Creature Commandos and put that performance as Clayface in contrast with the comedic. It is so impressive what he pulled off with that character.
Oh, I think when it comes to the DCU, I would say, just overall opinion, not knowing too much about the Darkseid character. Like I said, I wasn't a DC fan. I didn't really become a DC fan until about the animated series point. Justice League, when those animated series started coming out. Keith David is perfect for any voice role. That man's voice is amazing. So yeah, let's get him in there.
Like I said.
All right.
And all you need to know about Darkseid is that he's the DC version of Thanos.
Yes.
So let's start off that conversation as to who came out first, Thanos or Darkseid. Who inspired who first? Was it Jim Starlin's Thanos or was it Jack Kirby's Darkseid? That is a continuing geek debate.
No, that's Darkseid. Darkseid was created by Jack Kirby, Fourth World, 1970. Yes. Let's
Yes, but Starlin, I think Thanos first appeared in 68 or 69 as original Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
Who appeared in comic books first, Thanos or Darkseid? Darkseid appeared first in comics created by Jack Kirby for DC Comics and Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen in 1970. Predating Marvel's Thanos, who was created by Jim Starlin and debuted in Iron Man 1955 and 1973. With Thanos often seen as an homage or variation of Darkseid's cosmic tyrant archetype.
Now we know.
Now we know.
I failed my geek trivia role.
It's all good, man. Trust me. Me and Swab were just talking about the longer the memory, the shorter the memory, because like we remember stuff when we were young, when we were teenagers now more because of how it made us feel than specific moments, unless those moments were overtly good for some reason or they were traumatizing. Then you remember the minute details, but for the most part, most of what we remember from back in the day is feelings,
and
places.
Now that Marvel and DC are entering a new era of crossovers, with they did Deadpool and Batman, Superman and Spider-Man's coming up.
Nice.
We're getting a few of the amalgam characters back in. I would love to see a Darkseid and Thanos project. Just those two flexing on each other.
Buddy cop movie.
Yeah, exactly. A buddy villain movie, even.
Yeah.
I think that'd be absolutely fantastic because we never got the fight that was teased in DC versus Marvel. Yeah, Thanos ports in and pauses up with Darkseid, and they talk smack to each other, but we don't actually see a fight between them.
Yeah, which is weird. I would love
to see. I want to see that fight that's been 30 years brewing now that we've been denied.
You bring back Josh Brolin as Thanos, and you give me Andy Rickman as no.
Oh no! I think that's going to be great, and I'm definitely happy that for the comic books at least we're getting more into crossovers.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
I still remember on Superman Spider-Man last bit here. I remember DC versus Marvel where the Daily Planet and the Daily Bugle were merged into one entity. I mean, not only did you get J. Jonah Jameson and Perry White tag teaming the new owner of the paper being, Wilson Fisk in there. You got Peter Parker assigned as the photographer to Clark Kent. And something happens, and the panel is just both of them thinking, how the hell do I ditch this guy to change into my...
Yeah,
Oh,
that
all right.
was a great
bit.
All right. So, last subject, still DCU related. James Gunn responds to demands that Grant Justine play the DC Scarlet Speedster. I wouldn't say I've made demands, but I definitely said it would make a lot of sense if you do use him on the big screen, because he played the character for 9 years, so he's an immediately recognizable face.
And he's the fan favorite.
Yeah. Like, so, but I guess Gunn says like Grant Justine has said that they've had talks. He's had talks with DC about being in the DCU, but not as the Scarlet Speedster.
Yeah, but they are. Here's something that would be interesting. What if Grant Gustin ends up playing Reverse Flash to the DCU?
That would be kind of dope.
Yep.
Like, but has Barry Allen himself actually ever been the Reverse Flash?
Only when Eobard Thawne was impersonating Barry Allen before the official return of Barry Allen.
Because I only asked that because it'd be kind of weird trying to sell that storyline. It'd be kind of almost as weird as selling Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
but you look exactly like Barry Allen. Like,
yep. But
so I just
and here's the thing, is that in that Reverse Flash appearance that I mentioned, Eobard Thawne turns out to be Barry Allen's lost twin brother.
Lost twin brother? Like,
yes.
I was with him right.
Or one of the originator of the Thawne bloodline. That maybe not Eobard, but the first Thawne that started that, and he was Barry Allen's lost twin brother, in that they were separated at birth. In that the Allen family, they were too poor to be able to support 2 kids, and so they had to give one up.
Why is that always a storyline?
Because it's reality, my man.
We couldn't afford 2 of y'all, so one of y'all got.
They're retconning. So they're
Oh, this is back in the 90s, before the events of Crisis on Infinite Earths was undone.
Okay, because
and so that's how he was even able to fool Wally West. That he was Barry Allen.
It's almost like these writers say, "Okay, we're gonna be planning on resetting a bunch of shit in like 2-3 months. So how weird can we make this world before we destroy it? Like, what can we do that will just have people going, huh?
Yeah.
What? And then we can just wipe it all out and start all over.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, because everyone was like, "What the hell's up with Barry?" Not just like the fans, but in the comics. In the comics, everyone, because Barry's acting kind of sus, guys. So that's a way to bring Grant Gustin in, and also fold the Arrowverse further into the DCU multiverse.
Okay, that's okay. I can see that.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go ahead.
I'm all good for that. I mean, James Gunn has reached Kevin Feige's peak with the MCU, with Gunn doing the DCU. It's like anything he puts out, I'm going to trust is going to be entertaining and will work well. And
or should I say it like this? I'm not necessarily going to guarantee that it's going to be great. I just know that it's going to be worth watching.
Exactly. Yep.
Like that. That's how I feel. Especially and James Gunn proved that to me over the course of the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Whatever he was going to put out, at minimum, it was going to be worth seeing. It may not be Oscar material, but it was going to be worse.
It may not be Oscar material.
Yeah, I know genre films do not do well, so
unfortunately, they should do a lot better.
Putting all my hopes into Sinners, and reminding folks that remember that year that Silence of the Lambs swept the Oscars. It does happen.
Well, my thing is a good movie is a good movie. Like,
exactly.
It shouldn't have to fit into some box in order to be able to consider one of the best. Like,
exactly.
All right.
And yes, I'm still bitter that Annie Hall beat Star Wars for Best Picture in '77. Yeah. Okay. No way that shit should have happened. But let's keep going.
All right. Let's keep going. That's going to take us right on into break time. We got about 5 minutes worth of promos and stuff for you guys to watch here, telling you about some of the other shows on this great broadcasting network that we call the First GenXers Broadcast Network. We are one of many. And so be sure to join us after the break for great talk about SmackDown Alley. We're going to talk Raw and SmackDown, which were really good this week. Yeah. And we're going to get to some video game talk after that.
We are the First Generation X Collective. Resistance is futile.
Every time I hear some kind of version of that, it always just brings up, hey, that's your version of resistance is futile. Yep. All right. So we'll be back, y'all. Stay up. Stay real. Peace.
You bet.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the First GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone. I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the First GenXers. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the First GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
Tell the
And we are back. There we go. Once again, you are watching.
Sorry about that.
No worries. You literally are like 2 seconds after we kick back on.
Okay.
I want to say, welcome back to the Cheap Pop Podcast. As I told you before, I am here. I am your host, Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double, and here with my co-host, the Saint, aka Point Man, also known as EduK28, host of Now Versus Then, and the one and only host of the Night Shift, Dave, Mr. Rune Scryer. What is up? All right. So we jump directly into our second segment of the day, or third, our topics in pop culture.
I like that little beat, man. It's kind of
surfer
catchy,
beat.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind of nice. Continue, please. Continue.
All right.
Yep.
So, SmackDown Alley, where we talk everything about, as Big E would say, two big sweaty men slapping meat in a ring, and we got to see a lot of that over this week as we talk about real quick another what I thought was really good episode of Raw. I think Raw's been on a streak recently. I think there's some hot storylines. AJ versus Gunther. The
Usos
Rhea
tag.
Ripley, Io Sky women's tag. What's up?
The Rio tag team. Usos back in the tag team gold.
Yeah. I like the combination. I like the group of Penta, Dragon Lee, and
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
The
new LWO.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what they're going to call them. But I doubt that's what they're going to call them. If you know what I'm saying.
No, I know that. Yeah.
Like, that's definitely what the IWC, like what we will call them, the new NWO. Had a lot of great moments. It's an interesting thing to see watching about a 2.5 hour show that's paced pretty quickly. Like, I didn't feel like I was sitting there for 2.5 hours.
And it's getting there too. It's really been getting there. Like, lately, even NXT has been, getting some, getting.
And Braun, what the fuck are you doing?
Here's the thing about it. I love the scene with Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce. He suspended Braun. He's like, I remember it. You put your hands on him first.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, god damn. But I like it. I like it because here's the thing about it. The one thing that I learned from the 90s, the one thing that I learned from the 90s is that wrestling works when there is an evil authority figure that's not really the booker, like with Vince McMahon, but that like on camera has like supposedly booking privileges or whatever, an on-screen antagonizer versus one of the wrestlers. That storyline works really well. We saw it a billion times during the Attitude Era. Austin McMahon, Rock McMahon, Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon versus Vince McMahon, Stephanie and Shane versus Vince McMahon. There was always an authority figure on the other side, of the what was supposed to be the hero, of the story. And sometimes Vince McMahon was that hero in certain stories, but there was always an authority figure. And I think that now that they've added GMs back to the Raw and SmackDown brands in WWE, I like it. Like this is one of those instances where I like it because it gives for the heels and for the faces, it gives an antagonistic, authority figure to push back against.
Right, because Pierce is the face authority figure. Heyman is the heel authority figure.
Right. To an extent, yeah, because Heyman's the actual supposed to be the actual true leader of the vision.
Yeah.
But yeah, Braun Breaker doing his thing, just my God,
Yeah.
dude. And I loved him and Penta facing off because it wasn't that long ago. If people remember when Penta debuted, and him and Braun Breaker had a couple of good ass matches for that Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was nice watching them two go at it again.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of the IC title, where's Dom at?
I think Dom's been doing some AAA stuff. I want to say, hold on one second. I got to get this light out my face.
Yeah, because Judgment Day's been going through it.
Well, oh my goodness. Which one is it?
You know, now that Liv's back to be the den mother,
So to speak, yes.
yeah, so to speak. I did love when she came when she's coming back and she's mouthing off to Finn. It's like, what the hell are you doing? And Finn's just playing 2K25.
He's like, I'm playing video games. What does it look like I'm doing?
Yeah. Although, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I think Dom is down in AAA doing some things with the Mega Championship.
Yeah.
So, but he'll be back, because I think the Intercontinental title is going to have to go up for grabs pretty soon, sooner than later.
Well, that, and I really want to see Rey Mysterio be the one to take the Mega Campeon title off of Dom in AAA.
I would love to see that.
Because that's going to be the John Cena. What was the title that he was missing that he got?
The Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
when he beat Dom for the IC title.
Yeah,
because no Mysterio until Dom had ever won the AAA.
Right.
Mega
Okay. So but then it went. IC title went back to Dom.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple months later. And Survivor Series. He won it off him in the Raw of Austin and gave it back to him in Survivor Series.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. With substantial chicanery going on there.
Oh,
but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that it would be great for Rey Mysterio to fill his AAA mantle with the Mega Campeon title.
Well,
it would be nice to actually see that, and it'd be nice to have another Grand Slam champion.
Yeah. So,
right.
But getting back on track again.
Let's see. Finn Balor and CM Punk had themselves a nice little back and forth after Liv Morgan said inspirational speech in the
Get
back.
your ass in gear, Finn. It's like it's already in progress.
And after, now mind you, this was after they had just won the number one contendership.
Contenders match, yeah,
and for
her and
Raw.
Roxanne, yeah. So apparently Liv has tasted the chicken nuggets and is fully on Team Roxy.
Yeah,
and it's good with that. And I have to admit, I totally relayed to Finn Balor in that moment where Liv's like, get your ass in gear, and he's just playing video games. It's like, woman, I don't have the spoons right now to deal with you. Okay, I'm trying to refill my spoons. Leave me in peace for a little while.
But he went out there and he challenged him, and Punk was ready to throw down right then and there.
Punk's always ready to throw down.
Of course.
Yeah.
But they set the match for this upcoming week. Matter of fact, tomorrow in Ireland.
In Dublin.
In Dublin, Ireland, where
Yep.
Becky
Yeah.
Lynch, Becky Lynch, Sports Illustrated's greatest female wrestler of all time, she now become a part of her entrance. Will take on Maxine Dupree for
Maxine Dupree.
Dupree.
And we need just a little more. We just need a little more of that.
Yeah. And then we got to the main event, which to me was an amazing match. I don't understand how people consistently try to spread the argument that they don't wrestle in WWE, and then matches like AJ Styles versus Gunther happen.
Yeah, that was fantastic. It was John Cena. Getting back to that the retirement match, John Cena is too much like Gunther. They're both primary powerhouses.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, that do that. AJ Styles, I think, is a great mix of power, technique, and high flying. Yeah. And that's what throws Gunther off, is that when you take a look, it's always the flying guys, whether it's AJ Styles or Jey Uso.
Yeah.
The ones that have that mix of high flying, speed, and power, and straight up technique.
Well, I will say this:
you do well against Gunther.
I described it like this. I said, what you're witnessing here is a mixture of three almost completely different styles. I believe I may have even said this last week on the show, but I know I definitely said it to a couple of friends of mine. That fucking that Gunther wrestles an old school style of wrestling. Yep. When I say old school, I don't mean old school like Attitude Era. I mean old school like Gorgeous George, like old school like, Classy Freddie Blassie.
Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla Monsoon. He wrestles a very old school style of wrestling.
Yeah, which was primarily grappling and power.
Right.
To show off the power.
Right.
And then
hold on. John Cena is sports entertainment. John Cena is the epitome of what everything about sports entertainment is in his wrestling style, etc. Hence the comment by Michael Cole. I always talk about this at the pay-per-view or at the Saturday night's main event when Gunther got Cena to tap.
The retirement match, yeah.
At the retirement match when Michael Cole proclaims professional wrestling has just beaten sports entertainment. That was intentional. John Cena's style is definitely a sports entertainment. Now, AJ Styles' style is more of an indie, like, I hate to make this reference because a lot of people, we don't really talk about this company, but AEW style of New Japan is a more
New Japan. But he also mixes in NWA era.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He is that style. He encompasses all of that. Yeah. And what I mean by that is that it's the contrast in styles is talking about two different generations as opposed to the individual styles of both men. AJ comes from that generation. You know what I'm saying? AJ comes from the likes of the Midnight Express. He grew up watching the Midnight Express and the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom. He grew up watching those styles of wrestlers. So he grew up watching the Hardy Boys, and it shows in his style. But I like the contrast there because you're right. Guys that have that more middle ground between sports entertainment and pro wrestling style of wrestling give him fits. And AJ Styles proved again and I'm going to stand by this. Take me to court if you want to. Gunther tapped, goddammit.
He did.
I saw the video. Gunther tapped.
Yeah. And
so
I think that
hey, what's up, Wood?
Hey, Wood. Go ahead, Sam.
He tapped. No, I'm just saying that to me, that is just extraordinarily funny.
It was brilliantly done. I completely agree on that.
Yeah.
You know, brilliant tactics by Gunther on that. Great storyline. But I can pretty much guarantee that for the rematch, AJ Styles is going to make damn sure that he's going to hold until he hears that bell.
Right.
Doesn't matter, doesn't matter if Gunther's going to tap on his thigh away from the ref. Styles is. It doesn't matter how hard and how fast he taps like that. AJ is going to keep it bell to bell.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah,
but I like the feud so far between the two of them. Yeah. I believe we're probably looking at a series of matches, maybe leading into WrestleMania.
That was the Seahawks at the 3-yard line refusing to give it to Marshawn Lynch.
That was a bad move by them. That was
that was.
But let me say this to start off this next part of the segment. I'm actually glad that SmackDown went to a 3-hour format. I like it. Again, pacing of the show, the way the show played out. Loved every bit of it. This week's SmackDown was just another example of that as we proceeded to see the fallout of Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship or Universal Championship or Undisputed Championship from Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
On in the 3 stages of hell match. Yep. It was and so what we also had though is that instead of Cody and Drew running it back at the next pay-per-view or at the next PLE style event, which would be Saturday night's main event, they're going to have they had a series of 4 matches on SmackDown to decide who is going to be in a fatal 4-way on Saturday night's main event next week for the number 1 contender slot for Drew's, and whoever wins that match will face Drew at the Royal Rumble. Here's what I'm going to say. I think that the people that they chose are an interesting group. Okay, so the 4 matches went as such, and we'll start here. Trick Williams surprisingly beat Matt Cardona. I genuinely thought that Matt Cardona was going to win that match. Not because of what happened within the match, but I thought that he was going to be booked to win that match.
Oh, also, didn't they have like a backstage scene where Nia Jax catches Trick with Lash Legend?
I didn't see that.
Okay, no, then that's just something made up. Something crossed my social media. I'm like, what?
I'll say Damian Priest defeated Solo Sikoa with the help of the Wyatt Six, who kind of neutralized the MFTs. Which again, so far we're at Trick Williams, a guy who has been on the SmackDown roster for the blink of an eye, literally. That's how long he's been there. Damian Priest. Okay. Who else did they choose? Well, of course, I don't think anybody saw The Miz beating Randy Orton.
No.
So Orton, RKO out of nowhere as usual. 1, 2, 3. Bye bye Miz. And then what easily was the main event and the best match. What I would say by a long shot the best match of the night. Sami Zayn defeats Ilya Dragunov to be the 4th man in the fatal 4-way.
So Cody's not in the fatal 4-way then?
No, Cody has entered himself into the Royal Rumble and is continuing his feud with Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
I don't think Cody's going to win 3 straight Royal Rumbles.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see that happening. I genuinely think that
it's
Roman
a good
Reigns
boost.
is going to win.
It's a good boost for Fatu.
Yeah. I think that Roman Reigns is going to end up winning this year's Men's Royal.
Yeah.
Because I think it's about time we put the tribal chief back where he belongs, which is in the title picture. So
yeah.
But in general, yeah, like I don't know. Like I think that they're setting up to I think Sami Zayn is going to go over in this fight.
Yeah,
And I think it's the right choice. Like, I think it's going to be Zayn versus McIntyre at the Rumble.
You think so?
Yeah. I think. No offense to Trick Williams. It's just entertainment. The same way that you would watch a movie, an action movie, say Mission Impossible, say whatever. It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
Whether it's scripted or not, you can enjoy it. I always put it to people like this: if you can go to a movie like Star Wars and enjoy it, that's scripted.
Yeah,
like
it's
Luke doesn't use the actual Force to destroy the Death Star.
It's
scripted.
It's I look at it like this: it's weekly live action stunt shows.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. With storytelling involved.
Yeah, with some minor storytelling, with comic book storytelling involved. Yeah. I totally get that. And speaking of which,
bullshit. He doesn't use the Force. Hey, Tech Tinkers, thanks for tapping in.
hey, Tech. But how about this for a spectacle? Because they're building up the heat between the Wyatt Six and the MFTs.
Right.
And I guess who the MFT is going to be able to call on to balance out the lineup.
Oh, to add a female? I don't know. I don't know that they necessarily will. They may just keep most of the fighting between the guys and just have Nikki Cross be involved in random spots and not necessarily introduce, because I don't know if there's a female that you can truly introduce into the MFTs that would make sense.
Into the Fatu family yet.
Yeah, outside of Nia Jax, who doesn't want to be involved in the bloodline. It's been said, but many a times she doesn't want to be involved in the whole bloodline storyline at all. And then maybe Tamina's, I think, done with wrestling. Maybe Trinity Fatu, but I don't think she's back. I don't think it's been 9 months since they announced she was pregnant. Or even 6 months. So,
but what I'm saying is, okay, so you got one 6-man faction, one 5-man faction, and then over in AAA, you've got the Psycho Circus with 6 men, led by Psycho Clown.
If the story is there, I'm pretty sure they'll put them all together. But we'll see how it goes.
I mean, think of a WrestleMania with a triple tag team tornado match with 5 or 6 members on each side. Just the absolute chaos.
I'm going to sound like Jim Cornette, and I'm going to sound like a really old guy. There'd be too much going on for me. Like I would, part of my brain would just tune out of the match because there'd be too much going on for me. If you have 5 on 5 on 5, eventually that's going to break down to everybody just beating the shit. Think last year's the fatal 5-way triple ladder match that they did at WrestleMania with all the tag teams. It was very difficult to keep up with what was going on because there was everything going on all at once. So.
Okay. It was bodies everywhere.
It was carnage. It was a slobber knocker. Anyway. But
I'm just glad that Candice LeRae took that ladder drop.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see the Fatal 4-Way at Saturday night's main event next weekend.
Awesome. Are they still going to be on the European tour, or they'll be back?
No, they'll be in Toronto.
Okay.
For Saturday night's main event. For that SmackDown and for this week's SmackDown and Saturday night's main event. Let's see. And then Drew McIntyre opened the show. Of course, he's being Drew McIntyre, the classic heel that he is. And overall, it was the U.S. title match. There were 2 matches. There was a match the last 2 matches between the tag team match between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeating Julia and Kiana James, who are now included in the #1 contenders match next week for the tag team titles. The Carmelo Hayes and Leon Slater match was through the roof.
Would you like me to create a new event with that title?
No.
Understood. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, thank you.
All right. Catch you later.
All right.
I'm sorry, that was
Yeah.
that was
Alexa, order 500 copies of the Pokemon triple starter set.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. Anyway, luckily they can't hear you. You're in my headphones. Twitch put us all in break, and Dark Lord was about to unleash the force on Alexa. Look, it's all. Here's the thing, Wood. I'm going to break it down for you right here, since you're not on commercial break like they are on Twitch. Look, man, I get it. Wrestling's not for everybody. It's genuinely not. Like, it's not a matter of, oh, it takes a special or any type of elitist vibe. It's just wrestling's not for everybody. Just like horror movies are not for everybody. Yep. Just like Disney movies are not for everybody. There's a target audience that they try to hit, and either you like it or you don't. And that goes for all entertainment. I know tons of people who were obsessed with Game of Thrones for like 5 years. They could talk about every time I was around them. They didn't want to talk about anything but Game of Thrones. I've watched several episodes and had no interest. Mm-hmm. Like it falls flat on me. Game of Thrones is not made for me. I'm not their target audience because I wasn't a fan of the books. I'm not a fan of the show. And so wrestling is the same thing. Either you're interested in it or you're not. And I can respect you either way. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
And so it's just one of those type of things where, as a person who doesn't, you just kind of have to accept the fact that there are people out there that do, and just kind of let it go, and don't, like it's I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth of the matter. Like, there are people that love things that I don't like,
like reality shows.
Yes, I can't stand reality shows, but or I was actually going to use the horrible reference of Aruga Sugadochi, the Japanese anime that me and my friends redubbed Giant Penis Attacks Tokyo. But there are some people out there who like that movie. They enjoyed that movie. I was not one of them. Yeah. I do like the video game segment. We just haven't gotten to it yet, Tech Tinkers.
We're getting it there.
We're getting there. All right. So last thing I just wanted to mention that Carmelo Hayes is continuing the open challenge, and this week he took on Leon Slater, TNA's X Division champion, and they gave us something to enjoy.
Yep,
big time. So it was worth watching, especially not knowing that whatchamacallit isn't from or that Leon Slater is from England. I didn't know he's not a U.S. boy. Watching that crowd react to him.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So that's about it when it comes.
I forgot. Did Carmelo retain or lose?
Yes, Carmelo did retain.
Okay. Just checking on that. I thought so, but haven't.
And on a side note, last thing about wrestling, TNA debuted on AMC this week. AJ Styles showed back up there. AJ Styles also hinted through actions at potentially challenging for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship during his retirement year. So I expect throughout this year we're going to probably get some big moments from AJ and TNA.
Yeah. There's also rumors popping up that this is going to lead to TKO acquiring TNA from Tony Khan.
Well, Tony Khan doesn't own TNA.
Oh, Tony Khan.
Dixie Carter and Panda Entertainment own.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, sorry. They could make an offer for it to put WWE and TNA under the same roof with the same type of funding. That would be nice. All right, so that will wrap it up for the running back. Anyway, for the wrestling talk for this week, we are going to now jump to, as I dubbed it millions of times, Tech Tinker's favorite part of the show. All right. Cheap Pop, Tech Tink, video game reviews. There you go. Incoming posts, console gaming. No one knows what is happening with consoles. Expect they may reach $1,000 per unit. Tinder for seniors profiles. All you broke gamers. Here's the thing about it. When it comes to the price, I kind of you know, you have that glass ceiling where like this, I'm not paying more than this for a video game system.
Yep.
I had set that at like $500-$600 a long time ago. Until I paid a little over $1,000 for my Xbox 360 and all the accessories that came with it. I think I paid close to $1,100. So like I've kind of gotten over paying that much.
Yeah.
I would love it though if unlike the PS5 and the Xbox Series S, if they would actually bring the prices down after a couple of years. You know, as we get closer to them producing a different system, can you bring the price down to like $250? So like people can afford it, but no, they're gonna stay $400 or $500. There you go. All right, so first subject up for us is a story that brings us back to our favorite argument or discussion of AI. And it says one person can perform the work of 100 people. Boss of Stellar Blade developer says it needs to use AI to compete with overwhelming manpower of Chinese and U.S. studios.
Yep.
Talk to us about it, Dave.
Okay, so Stellar Blade, aka science fantasy fan service with all female protagonists in extremely tight clothing, but still yet not enough for the incel base. They complained that, oh, we can't see the camel toe on her.
Oh my God.
That was literally them review bombing Stellar Blade, is that the protagonist wasn't as sexy as they were promised. But
it's a video game.
Yeah, this came out of
sex.
But
yeah, go ahead.
This came out of Stellar Blade came out of a South Korean production company. Small indie South Korean production company. And so they are embracing AI because they don't have the manpower to compete with China or US or even really Japan with their game industries. Because one of the issues is also that, okay, China is a separate issue, but Japan and the US are poaching the top game developers from Korea for their own to their own studios. So it's a lack of available manpower for the South Korean indies. Now, NCSoft is probably the largest South Korean game company, and they're doing fine. But it's not exactly balanced.
Well, and this is what I've meant when I've counterpointed the AI bad, which it is if used incorrectly or for nefarious means. It is. I don't deny that. But this is what I mean by there are some places, there are sometimes, where I want to say it's a necessity, but look at the situation. If they're gonna thrive or potentially hold on till they can hit a big AAA game.
Yes. Again,
maybe it's necessary.
Yeah, it's Chris Rock's. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. Now, something that I just thought of is, what I would like to see from indie studios that are embracing AI in this manner to make up for a lack of manpower? What their transition plan is. Their plan to transition away from AI now that they are successful enough that they are getting more talent into their company, and they've got the manpower to make up for and no longer use AI.
Well, and here's where I say with it, that's where the ultimate clash happens. If you understand what I'm saying, that's where the ultimate clash of being a business versus what's the morally right thing to do.
Right.
The business, there is no exit strategy because this is going to maximize my money because I don't have to pay developers what they are worth.
Right.
Like that, but also at the same time, you are 100% correct that there should be a transition away from AI because you don't want to become too dependent on AI developing your product because eventually that's going to backfire.
Because
But
the one thing that science fiction agrees on is that once AI and full automation happens, you need to have some form of universal basic income
yeah,
for the populace in order to afford all that stuff.
yeah, I'm going to take that away. Tech Tinker is one of our followers on Twitch is saying embracing AI for lack of manpower and funds and time. Hey man, I say do what you got to do. As long as it's not for nefarious reasons, it is what it is. I think AI is a useful tool when used as a tool. I think when you're creating robots that can think for themselves, that's when you're getting a little too Terminator-y for me. But in general, I'm not against AI being used as a tool to help enhance or create better product from people that know how to use it properly. But
I mean, when you're talking about like a AAA, I'm fine with them using AI for concept art, but not for actual gameplay art and stuff. Yeah.
No, sir. No, sirree, Bob.
All right. So here's another story brought to us by Dave about Fallout 5. It says that Fallout 5 may be set in New Orleans, according to a new tease. Talk to us about that.
Meyer Lurk Gumbo. Yeah. But they're still discussing and still looking for Fallout locations to set the next setup. And they are, of course, going to the next setup, even while they are developing Elder Scrolls 6 and reportedly Starfield 2.0. But we'll see. But New Orleans is certainly an iconic setting. It's going to be interesting in the fact that when you realize that New Orleans is the entire city is below sea level. So that's going to be very interesting to see how they do vault placement in there. What's Tex shouting at us?
He said he agreed with Dave. He used AI for his games concept art, but he went back over it and cleaned it all up.
Yeah. Yep. But so we'll see. This is just preliminary, apparently tossing the ball around in the writer's room at Bethesda as to what we're going to do with Fallout. And once again, I would like to see a Fallout set in a non-American country, just to see, like,
awesome to see how
like the Fallout. We got Fallout London, but that's not Bethesda, and Todd Howard just kind of pisses on all that because it's you know whatever, Todd. But imagine a Fallout game set in China. And so instead of all the retro American propaganda that you get with a Fallout game, we're now getting retro communist Chinese propaganda in there as a contrast.
Right.
Just to, kind of show, the message for the different parties are still the same. It's just in a presented in a different way.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't bugging and boring. Damn, bro. That's kind of cool.
That is
cool. Man. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, imagine a Bethesda game that didn't rely on third-party mods to make it playable and entertaining. Okay.
Yeah. I'll say, Wood says, I would love to see New Orleans represented as a live city. They did get Mafia 3. Never played that. I know, Saint, you were into the Mafia series, yeah?
Yeah. Mafia 3.
Mafia 3 is
as I call, or as I describe it, the Garrett Morris prison talent show sketch. I'm gonna get me a shotgun.
All right. So
hey, I'm all there for it. I'm like,
let's get it.
Long time coming.
All right. So yeah, like I said, if you're gonna give me Fallout per city, then yeah, give me all the major cities all over the world. Give me Paris, London. Give me Dubai.
I don't think they've got. They haven't gone into like all the potential North American cities. In Canada, we haven't gotten Chicago or New York. We've technically gotten LA. I don't think that San Francisco showed up in 3 or any of the others.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So then we'll move forward. And this shocked me, but I doubt anybody really noticed. It says 1,194 PS5 games just disappeared off the PlayStation Store. It says, according to Drew Swanson on GameRant.com, every game from publisher THI Games, THI Games DE, has been removed from PlayStation Store with a total of 1,194 PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games disappearing. THI Games primarily known for publishing shovelware games like the Quiz Thiz series and the Jumping Burger, which are often used by PlayStation players to earn easy platinum trophies for their account. The reason for their sudden disappearance from the PlayStation Store is unclear, but it may be related to Sony's recent partnership with Microsoft and Nintendo to pursue a greater player safety on the company's platforms. That's interesting.
Yeah. Shovelware is not exactly secure.
Okay.
Tell
us, what is shovelware?
Shovelware is the crap that gets literally shoveled out, and it's usually free and it comes pre-installed on computers. Okay. Stuff like your antivirus. Most antivirus is a form of shovelware. In that you're either going to get Kaspersky or Norton for antivirus, or McAfee. That's the 3 choices that you come when you get a computer. Okay, Kaspersky is a company based out of Russia. Okay. And there's possibilities that it's basically been co-opted by Russian intelligence.
Wow.
McAfee is run by a billionaire isolationist who has gone off the deep end and is trying to establish a Galt's Gulch down in Costa Rica. John McAfee himself. Norton is kind of the lesser of the 3 evils. They're fine. They're not great, but they're not as compromised as some of the others. Yeah. So tech, feel free to correct my knowledge on that. But yeah, I mean, shovelware, it's the stuff that comes preloaded onto your phones. You know how you have those games that are always on your phones. It's all the free stuff. It takes minimal development to do.
Yeah.
And in exchange for quick dopamine hits, they generally are collecting personal data to sell for the highest bidder. Okay. All the free stuff. If it's free, then you are the product.
Nice. Okay. That's good to know. All right. And Tech Tinkers did respond to. He said, "Nope, you're fine. It's called bloatware."
Yeah.
And Wood mentioned that he would love to see a 1970s detective drama set in Chicago, done in the same style as LA Noir. Are you talking about in the Fallout game?
No, I think it's
That
just in
would-
general.
Just in general?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Don't we already have, isn't that part of Roger Rabbit?
What?
No, I'm not saying that the part Chicago. I'm just saying it's a 70s detective drama like style, like in LA Noir.
That's not Roger Rabbit.
No, that's not. Yeah, and that's
Maybe
also the 40s too. Like
Yeah,
that's like in
that's
the-
Pulp.
yeah.
That's Pulp Los Angeles.
He
Yeah,
said Pulp Los Angeles.
we you
It
know
is.
like 70s drama set in Chicago, something like the streets of San Francisco,
Cisco,
or some
Starsky and Hutch,
yes, or some shit like that.
Or-
you know?
or
Oh, he's
going
talking
out-
about a game.
Yeah,
Oh.
talking about game in general, but
Oh.
yeah, or going outside the continent, the classic British 70s British police drama, The Sweeney. Oh,
Yeah.
if you've not
or
seen any
even
of that,
or even Driver Parallel Lines is a
Yeah.
game that that actually takes place in 1978.
yeah,
I mean, it's the driver aesthetic of it, but I mean, there's some crime in there and getting out and kind of outside world, but then it also transforms 20 years later to like the 90s. And
Yeah. I just, you know what, I just want to have a open world game in the 70s where you got the soul soundtrack going on.
yeah,
You got that?
yeah,
Yeah,
that particular
you got
game.
the
Driver.
Isaac, you got the Isaac Hayes thumping. You
No,
got the Barry
no.
White. Yeah.
Literally, Driver, and it's actually on PC. I actually have it on Steam, and it takes place, like I said, it takes place in 1978. You know,
Yep.
there's all kinds of good music in there. You know, like they have the Temptations. Like Papa was a Rolling Stone. I drive in that game just to do that shit
Oh yeah.
alone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like boom.
Yeah.
It's right there. So yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we'll close out that subject there on that lovely tangent. All right, and jump back into sort of a pop culture reference, but there's an article that I'm reading off of InsiderGaming.com that talks about how Baldur's Gate 3 inspired the ending to Stranger Things.
Yep.
Yet to fully read the article about it, but it's written by Grant Taylor Hill on InsiderGaming.com. It says Stranger Things recently wrapped up almost a decade. Netflix broke the hearts of millions of fans, whether you loved it or else. The ultimate wrapped up almost every core story put forward by the writers over the last 10 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this comes from an interview with Matt Duffer of the Duffer Brothers. And he says, we were thinking about D&D, and I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 at the time, and we felt it was very important that the only way for them to defeat it was for the entire party to work together. Everyone had fully realized, either through self-acceptance or they've resolved all their various issues, moving into that final battle, they're absolutely primed.
Okay.
Okay, because yeah, there were a lot of big things in season 5 that were character development moments to show how far these kids that we met when they were like 10 years old have come under these circumstances.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of fans were kind of upset that Will finally confessed and admitted that he is gay and he is in love with Mike. Spoilers, sorry. At the end.
It's like say that first, not after you said it, right?
Okay, but you haven't been paying attention to the entire storyline up to that point. I mean, we're into 4 seasons of, but Homelander's the good guy territory here. Okay, I mean, it was. No, am I wrong? I mean, they did everything but dress Will up in pink clothing and wearing a feather boa and talking like Paul Lynde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
You know, they were as subtle as they could about it, but still, you picked up the vibe.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. Like,
But yeah,
I don't
but
understand why. I don't
every-
understand why in today's society at all that moment at all is a big deal. Like
it shouldn't be, but
yeah, it shouldn't
you know,
be. Like,
again,
but it is.
again, we opened up with God of War, not casting the voice actor who is black to play a character that everyone assumes is white automatically. It's it's
Sorry, my
society.
TV, my monitor that I'm looking at you guys on just went out, so like it just automatically turned itself off.
Well, you gotta think about it. For the Spider-Man animated series, Wilson Fisk was voiced by Roscoe Lee Brown.
God, yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
Now, I will take it here. So
let's even go even further and mention that Granny Goodness in the DC anime universe was voiced by Ed Asner, a man.
Wood says, Dave Wood says he's unsubscribing to you because of spoilers.
Oh man,
he's done, man. He's done.
I'm sorry, Wood. I'm sorry.
I will say, give credit to Tech Tinkers on this one. He dropped this in the comment section, and it's just something I'd love to get you guys' thoughts about. It says Microsoft couldn't buy Discord. They have decided to take Teams and migrate it with Slack for their own Discord to be offered with their newest OS. Like,
I'm sure that's going to work out. That's going to work out just as well as Cortana.
Well, for me, I was
Microsoft's answer to Alexa.
Is it Slack? Is it Slack and Teams like the same thing? Like, because I almost signed us up for Slack before it got too expensive. Before I realized in order to bring everybody in was going to be too expensive.
I mean, that was there's a webcomic called XKCD, and they addressed this sort of mentality.
Zoom, damn.
It's like, but the mentality is like, why is there not this one technical standard that everyone can agree on? And
shut
then,
up, Tech. Shut your hole, dude.
It's talking about Zoom, Gilded, movies and TV.
Windows phones, dude.
Yeah, Zoom. So, but where the problem is that you have technicians agree on one technical concept, and then they start taking that base concept and going elsewhere with it, which means you have to have adaptations to these new concepts, which then expands into a whole mess of back to the beginning of why don't we have this unified tech concept?
All right. Very well said, Dave. Very well said.
And it gets back even more to this company is making money that should come to us mentality.
Yep. It's kind of but that whole mentality was the inspiration for Windows. Like,
I don't disagree with you.
You know, Bill Gates wanted Microsoft Windows on every computer that exists out there. He damn near did it. He damn near did it, if not for Apple.
Yep. Both Windows and Apple's took the work of Xerox PARC with their graphical user interface project. And
all right, fellas. So that's going to do it for us for this week. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up at this point and jump into our final segment, which is hold on. Tech Tinker says Linux only accounts for like 1.2% of all OSs. Mac accounts for about 7%. The other 91.8% is all Windows.
All right.
I wouldn't say it's user friendly, but it's one of the easier ones to pick up.
Yeah, Windows, and I go back to the Apple Basic and MS-DOS era with computers, and what propelled Windows over Mac was the fact that Steve Jobs did not actively court game publishers because he didn't want people thinking that the Apple computer line was just simply a gaming rig, the way that MS-DOS machines were at the time.
Real quick, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Dr. Dady Priest in the building. Definitely appreciate it.
Oh, and also another shout out to our friend Ronzi in it for the fashion, who tapped into my late night shift last night.
There you go.
Yeah, go check her out.
So,
Friend of the show.
Well, I'll say. All right, so
But where can we find us
off.
next?
Yep, Saint, kick us off. Where can we find you next, sir, as we wrap this show up?
Okay, we can go ahead and well, the very next show, I'm not quite sure of, but with Tuesday, but I do have a MVT Deuce, so that'll be later on late night. So,
all right. And Arun Scryer, yourself, where can we find
I
you?
will be back on the night shift tonight, and as always, switching on Sunday from Fallout 76 back to Horizon Forbidden West. So we're going to continue that quest.
All right. And then last but not least, you can find me in about an hour and a half at 6 p.m. on the classroom. I'm going to have a full classroom tonight. It's going to be me, Suave, and O'Malley talking these NFL playoffs and also talking about the national championship game tomorrow night. And there's a lot of sports to talk about.
Stay on, because there's a couple things I want to talk to you about for the classroom. So
okay. So that will do it for us, guys. Thank you for joining us live. To everybody who tapped in, Tech Tinkers,
Wood,
Dr. Dady Priest, all of you, we love you all, and all the others who didn't tap in the comment section. Come join us. Come talk to us. We are an interactive show.
Yep.
We will respond to you.
It's not just all about my ADHD brain taking us on trails.
You guys kill me. All right.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
All right. I'm raiding out.
We're raiding out, y'all. Have a great day. Peace.
Night.